My name is Janine Chapdelaine. I'm a preschool teacher at the University of Hartford Magnet School. I work with a class of 19 children, 3s and 4s combined. Half the class is 3-year-olds, half the class 4-year-olds. Today's small group lesson was a math lesson, and I focused on cardinality, holding a number in your head and adding on to a set of objects. I used dice and small blocks so that they could create something that they were interested in, so that it was hands-on, because pre-K really needs to be hands-on. And so I made my own dice out of gift boxes so that they could actually touch the dots on the dice themselves.
Let's see what Coy rolls. And Scott, I'm going to ask you to check Coy's counting, okay? You'll be the checker. Go ahead, Coy. Whoa! Coy, can you count all those dots? Scott, would you like to come over so you can be closer? Right over here?
That's a lot.
Keep counting, Coy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7, 8, 9. How many blocks do you need, Coy? 9. Okay, Scott, I want you to double check and make sure Coy really needs 9. The dice are going to tell Coy how many to get. Let's see. How many do you need to get, Coy?
Look at my
3.
No!
Get 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And add them to your blocks, and then tell me how many there are now. Now start counting, Coy. How many now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12.
It's very important to me if I'm gathering data on children, that I'm gathering it through play and through hands-on activities, because I think that's how 3 and 4-year-old children learn best. I want to avoid pulling them one by one and asking them to count, a set of bears for me whenever possible. So I will create small group lessons where their hands are on the objects, or I make a game out of it. So it's fun learning and they're invested in it.
5 down. Okay. Now you have 5. Reach in the box.
Okay.
You have 5, so you're going to go
5,
6.
It's gonna fall.
The key for me with embedding assessment is having a little assessment tool ready to go ahead of time. So every time I make a small group lesson plan, I just add an assessment piece. Sometimes it's a table with a place for their name and the 3 standards I might be looking for. I think using 3 standards is doable. Any more than that, and I'm going to lose data. I'll even put little questions to myself at the top, like ask, how many do you have now? So I'm remembering the language I'm going to be sticking with. And then I'll quickly write during the lesson. I've explained to the kids at the beginning of the year with small group that you'll see me with a clipboard, and I'm writing down all the great things that you're doing so that I know what I can do with you next, that it helps me, so that they're not feeling evaluated but more complimented. I take that data and I try to make sure that I get at least 3 observations on each standard per child, because before I do the formal assessment, before I take the data and make it formal on the profile card. Because I know that sometimes you get distracted as a child. Sometimes you're not on that day. So I really want to make sure it's not just a one-shot capture.
4,
5, 6, 11,
7, 8.
Definitely nothing goes
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many blocks do you need, Scott?
One thing that came up that surprised and delighted me was there's one child in the group who pretty consistently says 11 for number 7. So I modeled it a few times in the group when he was counting. I counted with him. I joined in his counting a few times when he was getting close to that number. And then at the end, almost at the end of the small group, he counted 7 on his own, said the correct number name, and added it on to a set that was already there. So I thought that was definitely in his own brain now. He infused it. I'm just really impressed by that.
1.
Playing this close.
Go ahead. 3, 4. This one is 5.
Down.
No! And this one is, what comes after 6? 7. Yes.